Mary Poppins said a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down.
That's right, but what about 5 spoonfuls of sugar?
Two bald guys eat stuff and talk about it.
Well, it's baking season, so that means a lot of people using sugar out there. And surprise, surprise, out of 220 taste tests that we've done, Dave and I have never touched sugar before.
Never had sugar.
So today, Dave and I are going to get our sugar on and hopefully not catch diabetes. We got 5 different brands of sugar. We'll follow up with a sweetener taste test because, of course, that is different.
Yeah,
These are cane
totally.
sugars or beet sugars, as they call it, as far as granulated sugar. Blind taste test, as we always do, we don't know what brand we're trying, but we're ranking them on a scale of 1 to 10 to figure out which one's the best tasting and try not to spill it, too.
It's gonna be extra sweet.
So the spoonsful of sugars is what we're trying. I might split mine into 2 different sips.
This is a hiccup cure.
Yeah, that's for sure. Oh, you got the whole thing, huh?
That was my take.
I'm gonna split up into 2. So I'm interested to find out what the difference between the sugars is. This tastes like sugar. Straight sweetener.
I should have my dentist on call.
I can't believe you had the whole thing in
I
one
can't
bite.
either. I just I forgot how hard it is to chew a full spoon of
munchy.
sugar.
If you've ever taken one in your mouth, you gotta munch through it. It's
I
like
know-
sand.
I've done it for hiccups, and I guess I should have known.
Clean tasting, I guess that's how to describe that one. Again, this is the first one. I'm not for sure how these are going to be different.
That was really different because it's not it's not overly sweet. You know, it's not. I don't know. It's hard to explain.
Taste of sugar. Tastes
Yeah.
like sugar. Don't know where we go from here.
7. I don't know. All right, since I learned from the first one, I'm
2.
gonna-
Delicate bites.
now you know this one is darker than the first.
It's got thicker granules too. It's
lot.
chewier if you're chewing it.
And it's a lot sweeter.
Yeah. Like if you're like a potency of sugar.
Yeah, it's almost
This is
like
higher.
It's almost like a condensed.
It's stronger.
This would make good cookies.
Of course, most people are going to just have a spoonful of sugar and chew through it. They're going to blend it and make it into something
Right.
baking or stir it into.
But this we get the actual essence of the sugar.
This seems richer. Again, then the other one was probably cleaner.
This one,
If the rawness factor had to play.
yeah, if it's because the granules are bigger or if it the way it's produced, but this one has more flavors going on.
It looks darker, but also tastes darker.
It does.
As a sugar.
It reminds me a lot of the brown sugar.
Right. Yeah. I'm going 9 on that one.
Yeah, that was really good.
That made me feel fancy.
I like the differences in every bite.
And
Wow.
number 3.
We're only on number 3.
This one looks kind of powdery.
This one's
Fluffy.
confectioner's sugar. Really small crystals.
It does feel kind of powdery as far as the texture in the mouth.
No real taste.
Talk about the potency of the sweetness. This one, I think you'd have to put a lot in order to get the same sweetness factor as, say, like number 2 that we just had.
Yeah, that one was really condensed down into really tasty sugar. This is just kind of there.
You know, this kind of reminds me of like cotton candy. You know, it's kind of fluffy, airy.
Subtle.
7 on that one.
7.
And number 4. Oh,
Way.
still in here. Another granular one.
A little bit bigger crystals.
Sandy. I'll compare this to snow. Have you ever eaten snow
Yep.
and you get that texture? That's what it is.
Did you have rhubarb on the farm growing up? No? So eating sugar like this always reminds me of rhubarb because you used to dip it in the raw sugar and
Coat it.
the granules.
The potency of the sweetener, it's heavier than 3, but
Yeah.
not quite as 2.
Yeah.
But it is a little bit rich.
It's a good in-between for, I guess, a normal white sugar.
Yeah, pure white. No real aftertaste though. It's one of those clean ones. I think I'd like that one in a sweet tea.
Yes.
That'd be really good in a sweet tea. 8.
8 was great.
And number 5, last one.
Here's another
dark one.
Dark one. It's pretty though. Looks like that snow that you sprinkle on your Christmas scenes.
Woo, baby. So a lot of flavor difference between this one and the rest.
Wow.
Man, how do we explain that?
It's got a deepness to it.
If I had to guess, this is going to be the most expensive out of all of them because it is very rich, but there's something about that flavor that it's more than just sugar there.
It's not refined so much that it's lost any flavor or color.
Like a gingerbread is what I'm recurring back to, but
I'm getting some kind of a cookie
So while it is good, it is a good sugar, I think, because of that added flavor.
Yeah.
If you were just eating sugar, I don't know if you'd want that flavor in like everything that you use sugar in. If that makes sense. To bake with sugar and put it in as a sweetener.
You think it would add too much something to it?
Yeah, something else. It's not pure, to me it's not pure sugar.
It's like sugar in the raw. I don't know if you've ever had those packets.
Right.
But they're a little different like this.
I don't know, we can call it like an earthy taste, but...
No. There's just a deepness to it. It's got a...
It's the darkest roast of sugar that we've had.
Dark roast, yeah, there you go.
I'm going to stick it at 8.
Me too.
All right, after trying all 5 brands, and we did find a difference in sugar, surprise, surprise.
Crazy.
But number 1 with 17.5 points is Wholesome. So what we liked about this one was it was rich, it was really, really good, but it had that texture to it too.
Yeah.
Of course, if you're eating it straight, you want that texture. Maybe if you're blending in stuff, you won't notice it. But
that's right. Second place with 16 points at a tie is our 2 store brands, the Wild Harvest Organic and Essential Everyday.
So Essential Everyday was the classic sugar that we liked the best because it's a traditional white sugar and had a clean taste to it.
Yeah, and it also had bigger crystals than the other 2 traditional sugars, so that was good about it. And of course the organic raw cane sugar that we liked.
That was the last one that we had, and that was one that was really surprising because that deep flavor.
Yeah, it was really confusing to us because it had so much flavor going on, and I guess it pays to pay a little bit more for
to be organic. So yeah, the Wild Harvest and the Wholesome are both on the uppity scale of your sugars. But if you're looking for something different, I would recommend trying these and see how it works in your guys' recipes.
Even the smaller bags, they talk about the size differences, but the taste is there. So if you're going to treat yourself for coffee or whatever, I would go with these.
Yeah.
2 bald guys eat stuff and talk about it.